What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is MrFijiWiji, and welcome back to another Call of Duty Black Ops 3 video here today. We're doing a zombies video for the first time in absolute ages. Hopefully you guys do enjoy this, and if you guys are excited for the return of zombies here, drop a like down below if you would like. Don't have to, but it always does help out. But we're gonna be talking DLC 2 here within this video, and you might be saying, Jordan, we're still so early on in this. DLC just dropped for Xbox One and PC today. Why are we talking about DLC 2 already? Well, we might have some information here actually regarding what we're going to be doing, what the purpose of DLC 2 is, and what we can kind of see going into it. So this information I can't claim as my own. Glitching Queen did a video on this. She has some sources that have been feeding her information, and a lot of this stuff has checked out, so to me this seems quite plausible that we could be seeing it. So this one is going to presumably take place and base itself around Takeo here. DLC 1 was focused around Dempsey, so if DLC 2 is focused around Takeo, DLC 3 is most likely going to be Nikolai, and presumably DLC 4 will be Richtofen. Coming back to the coup de grace of the man that it all revolves around, and perhaps what may be the great battle premise between the Apothicans. So that is just some future hints here that we might have, but as for the actual intel, if this is confirmed, this is going to take place on the island of POHNPEI. Not Pompeii, but POHNPEI with an N. This was hinted at and believed to be a destination after we saw some scraps of paper in Der Eisendrache. You put those together and you'll get a letter detailing about how Takeo was actually a spy on the mission. Both here and in a cipher on Der Eisendrache, we get the mention of an island facility. Now, POHNPEI is in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, a small little island, but even cooler what there is to note is this is also known as Ascension Island. Remember that whole thing? Yep. It's coming back. Now, the cool wordplay and different implications with that is not all that there is to know. What also is awesome is that for the longest time, if you have belonged to the zombies community, you'll know that everyone wants to get a hold of Takeo's Katana, the sword that's been around his lore since the very beginning. Now, how perfect would it be for this map to be centered around Takeo and for us to finally be able to use that said Katana? That's what supposedly is going to happen. The wonder weapon that is in question now for DLC 2 is supposedly called a Masamune, which is the derivative of the exact same name of an ancient sword maker, ergo the name of a sword being named after him. So if we get to use Takeo's Katana here, I would be ecstatic. That would be absolutely beautiful, and we've seen bows in zombies now, swords in Shadows of Evil, so is this something out of the question that should really seem like crazy news here? Not really. It makes perfect sense. We've been going away from these standard wonder weapons that we've seen, such as the thunder gun, the ray gun, stuff like that. And the wonder weapons per each map have really been some stuff that is just little twists on technology that's been around for absolute ages. Now, I know a lot of people also hated what we're going to be discussing next, but supposedly there are bosses that are very Margwa-esque in this next map. So what that means is that this thing called the Thrasher has spores on him like the heads of the Margwa, in which you have to shoot at it in order to kill him. Now, the next thing, think of a Margwa infused with a Nova 6 crawler, because apparently there is gas around him that is on that toxic end of what you're going to be playing against. So you don't want to get close to it, is what this sounds like, and it's something very interesting. But the biggest part to note, I think, and what sounds really crazy, is that this thing can apparently eat people. Like, it can eat whole players, so that's going to be really interesting to see how that plays out, if it does at all. Once again, just a quick reminder, this is all speculation at this point. The information could be wrong, could be right, we don't know. Now, finally, the last thing is that there are supposedly spiders all along this map. So maybe spiders in place of dogs? And that would actually make sense, because a lot of the stuff that we could see in a Pacific island kind of reminds me a little bit of the idea of Shangri-La, where it's cavernous, it's got mountains, stuff like that, and it's a very tropical looking place, and giant spiders could be something that fit that detail quite well. But that's where we're gonna wrap this video up here today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys so much for sticking through it. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to like, rating down below, and let me know what you think down there in the comment section down below. What do you think of this idea for a DLC 2? Do you think it's something that's quite plausible? Would you like to see it? I would love to hear your thoughts on anything you have to say down there. But thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, if you enjoyed it, be sure to like, rating down below. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. We're on that road to 30,000 subscribers, so every little bit does help, and is, as always, greatly appreciated. But my name is MrFijiWiji. I'll see you guys later. Take care, and peace.